Hey there, good morning, how's it going? Today is Friday, November 21st, 2025, currently 62 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 17 degrees Celsius, a nice, pleasant, warm-ish, sunny day here in Fukuoka on Kyushu Island, southern Japan. Spent 2 nights at the hostel there, and last night was a good example of why, number one, I don't like to stay at hostels too often. Number two, if you can get a capsule hotel instead, that is definitely a lot better, and that is actually where I will be staying for the next 3 nights, where I'm going next, another city on Kyushu Island, but I will get to that in a couple of minutes. First, I need to explain what happened at the hostel last night. So as I explained in a previous video, then prices for rooms are just quite high up here. I couldn't find anything for less than, you know, 80 bucks or so. And so I decided to save some money and go with the $18 a night hostel. And so it worked out okay, especially the first night wasn't so bad. And then last night I was wrapping things up at about 12:30 at night and about to go to sleep. The guy in the bunk next to me was snoring away, but it wasn't anything too crazy. And then just as I'm about to, you know, put away my laptop and go brush my teeth and everything, then this guy comes back to the hostel and gets into the bunk right next to me, and he's super noisy about everything. He's just like grunting and breathing heavily and just making all kinds of noises just in the process of like getting up into the bunk. And then he starts snacking, and I guess had a tuna sandwich, it smelled like. So, you know, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning in a hostel, and he breaks out the smelly food and is like munching away, and, you know, plastic bags rustling and just continuing making all kinds of noise. And then I brush my teeth and stuff and get back to bed, and then he very quickly starts snoring really loudly, but then he's also like coughing and making all kinds of freaking weird noises. Not even sure what was going on. It sounds like he's like drowning, like sputtering, and every few minutes then he has this coughing fit, and this just goes on for, I don't know, a while. And then he like kicks my wall separating the two of us. It's wooden, and I kind of kick back when he does that, but I don't think that he noticed because he was just asleep. And somehow he's managing to simultaneously be like having these weird sudden coughing fits and then snoring like 5 seconds later. I don't understand how you could still be asleep when you're coughing and stuff like that. So it was a rough one. Eventually, I don't know, it was maybe a couple hours later that I managed to get some sleep. And so I am hoping and optimistic that things will be better in the capsule hotel where I'm going now. So I need to explain, leading up to what's going to happen next, which is hopefully finding a train to the city that I'm going to. Then I need to explain how I found the accommodation, the capsule hotel. So I was looking for all options, basically anywhere on Kyushu Island here. There's lots of amazing cities and towns and everything, but there was basically just nothing remotely affordable here in Fukuoka, even though I would like to see more. I missed a lot, but had a nice day of exploring yesterday. But hotel prices go way up on the weekends, and so that's part of the issue. even my hostel was going to be $60-something on Saturday night, and no hotels for less than like $150 or something like that. And then I was checking Nagasaki, but very little accommodation there. I found one room, but then realized it was a smoking room, it said, and I didn't want that. And so I'm considering, where else I can go. And so I search on Google for best towns on Kyushu Island. And this city comes up that I hadn't heard of. Beppu. And it is also a hot springs onsen town, and I love hot springs, and that is one of my main goals here in Japan, is to get the onsen experience. And it's about 2 hours away on the other side of the island. So that's sounding great, but what is the accommodation situation going to be? So I look on booking.com, very, very little available. The cheapest option is $200 a night. It was like 500 something for 3 nights, almost $200 a night. And I'm starting to consider it, thinking, let's just splurge. And then next week things get much better going into the weekdays. But then I go and search on agoda.com, and there is a Capsule hotel in Beppu that is $60 a night, which is still expensive for a Capsule hotel, but that beats 200, and the Capsule experience should be better. And then next week, that same Capsule drops down to like, I think $17, $18 a night, something like that. So after these next few days over the weekend, then things will look better all around for next week. So here we are at Hakata station. And so I don't have a train booked yet for Beppu. And so that is the mission now, is get in there. Online, it said trains every hour, so we'll see how it goes. Getting in the Christmas spirit here in Japan. Pretty phenomenal looking station. This train station is happening. So that is the metro, I'm guessing, and then the train station is up here. Tickets. Okay. Okay, things are working out. I have a ticket. Let's see. First of all, confirm this is the right. Well, let's just go for it. Oh, okay, not working out. 3?
3, not here, JR line.
JR line, down. Red line, I see. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's try this again. Follow the red line. So, train leaving in about 40 minutes. So that is perfect. As I've said a million times already, Japan is quite a bit more expensive than South Korea was. So, 2-hour train ride, $60. But that is for first class. Okay, I need to pay attention. What happened to the red line? Oh no. Yeah, the red line went this way. So, $60. Whereas in South Korea, a 2-hour train ride. Let's see, my train from Danyang to Seoul was 2.5 hours, and it was like, I think it was $10. So 6 times as expensive. However, as I said, that is for first class. The reason I went first class, first, obviously, just nice to experience first class, but the regular ticket was $45. Okay, the red line directed me to the ticket counter. JR Central Ticket Gate. I don't want the ticket gate. Or maybe I do. JR Line entrance. Okay. Central Ticket Gate. Yes, okay. Let's give this a try. 3. Track 3. Upstairs. Thank you. So the regular ticket was $45, first class $60. So $15 difference. Decided to go ahead and travel in style. And also I stopped at a Family Mart and got some stuff to munch on. So first, let's get to the track. Okay, we're there. See if the train's waiting. Then I can relax. Okay, track 4, track 3. So there is my train. It's 12:30, so I got 30 minutes. And maybe it's coming from elsewhere, so we'll just arrive right around 1 o'clock or something. But it's happening. Looking forward to the Japanese first class train journey. Oh yeah, one of the ultimate travel experiences. Alright, so let's find a spot to take a seat, show what I got here to munch on. And so I have a lettuce, ham, egg salad, cheese, tuna sandwich. Some kind of wafer cookie kind of things. A pudding, yogurt, cheese sticks, and a milk. And I believe this must be the train. I need car number 1. I guess that is it. Green car, what does that mean? Here we got the toilets. Okay, so A2. Actually, I might be back here. Individual seat, that's awesome. So I guess this is the Japanese plug, which is a bit of a problem for me because my laptop charger cable has the US plug, but it has the 3-prong, which won't fit into that. And so I have a socket adapter that I can use to make this access that, but yeah, not ideal. But maybe some of them have the 3-prong plug, but at my hostel there I also have 2. So anyways, I can make it work, but it's not ideal because the socket adapter that I have 2 socket adapters. One with the just 2 prongs, which I use, Europe, India, etc. So the other one that I need to use for this is bigger and chunkier. It'll work, but not ideal. Right on 1300 hours, 1 o'clock.
JR 九州をご利用くださいましてありがとうございます。この列車は特急ソニック25号小倉川に大分行きです。止まります駅は折尾、 黒崎
Alright, so this is Beppu. That was about exactly 2 hours. A very nice train ride. I would have actually enjoyed hanging out there more, but also glad to be here. Wow, it is so pleasantly nice and warm. Interesting statue here. Father of tourism in Beppu. Statue of Kumahachi Abu Raya, with a naked boy hanging on his cape or something. Strange.
I gotcha.
Okay. I guess these are taxis, so no. Not looking like taxis. Here's a taxi. Alright, time to get over to my hotel. Okay, so it's actually only a 10-minute walk, so going to walk it. Can't believe how nice and warm it is. What a change from South Korea, where it was getting down to freezing. So far looking like a very pleasant city. And looking forward to the onsens, the Japanese hot spring experience. Pachinko slot, so I guess gambling, and sort of a London style telephone booth. Pole. Looks like it's on. Yeah, so these phones work. No partial refunds for 100 yen coins. A pretty mellow city compared to Fukuoka. So I have 3 nights booked at this Capsule hotel. Might find that it's not especially exciting around here, but I can always go explore nearby. There is the city that the train was going to, which is very close by, Owita. Maybe it's a little bit bigger, something to explore. And I'm sure that I could get out to, like, outside of the town. Maybe there's some sort of interesting smaller towns inland or something like that. Anyways, I'm sure that I will make good use of the next couple of days. Definitely looking very just generally nice and pleasant and a little more, you know, quiet and relaxing than the big city. So we'll see how it goes. And this is where I'm staying. Check it out. That is Beppu Tower. I can see a sign for where I'm staying, the Capsule Hostel Beppu Tower, 3F. Right on. And we got a conveniently located 7-Eleven right across the street. All right, sleeping area, 1 to 62. Here we go. Boy, it's not very full. All right, I got one of these ones here. Going to chillax for a bit. All right, so let's do a quick little tour. It's gonna be quick, not much to show here, but of the inside of the capsule. No smoking, works for me. And then here you have light 1, and then light 2. So you can adjust that one, that's great. And then that is for the fan, off, on, and then you have this little spot here to put your alarm clock, etc. And there is the, well, you can't see, I don't think, in the video, but that is the socket, and indeed it is the 2 flat ones like in the United States, but without the ground, the 3rd. And so here is my laptop cord with the 3rd grounding plug, and so I can't plug this in there. So I have 2 different socket adapters, they're called. So this is the one that I use the most. So here you can plug in various different types of plugs, and then on this end is the 2-pronged one, which is used in most countries that I end up going to. So most of Europe, not the UK, but most of Europe, and then much of Asia, India, Thailand, etc. uses this, and so I just end up using this. It is smaller and just easier to use than my other one. So here's my other one, which is a universal socket adapter, and so you can get the United Kingdom one there, 3, but a different plug from the United States one. And then there you have the 2-pronged European one. But for this, then I'm going to need the United States 2 flat ones. And so I will take this and plug it there, and then I can plug in my laptop. Like that. All right, so I'm going to 5. You can go all the way to the top, but I'm going to wait to do that during the daytime. Also, I get an hour free in a sauna here, which I'm going to make use of soon. And there is a bar and a restaurant, so I will have a dinner here later after using the sauna in like 15 minutes. So just wanted to end things here showing a bit of the view. So I guess it's an outside restaurant, which it's a little chilly for that. You can see the sun has gone down.
Hey guy, where are you from?
United States.
No.
Yeah, how about
Really?
yourself? Yep.
Oh, geez, I'm a refugee from there.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, I had to leave. Where in the U.S. you from?
Raised in Northern California, lived in Oregon, Alaska, Hawaii, a few different places. So How about yourself?
I was born in L.A.
Okay, my family's all from LA.
And when I was, what part?
Long Beach, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Altadena.
Okay, I've heard of it, but don't know exactly
where
where
it is. Grew up in San Gabriel.
Okay.
You know, out in the valley.
Yeah, I know that's the mountains, kind of.
Well, it's up
the San Gabriel Mountains.
Yeah, San Gabriel Mountains. And,
and you live here in Beppu, or?
Well, I'm traveling around.
Oh, okay.
Staying out of the U.S.
Yeah, okay. Going different places.
So, and